Can you guys hear us in the chat?
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Erin. Thanks so much for being here.
Anytime.
Are you able to see the chat okay?
Yep. I have it pulled up.
Okay, good. Then I don't have to keep it up over on the other side. Cool.
Oh, no. I never look at the chat through StreamYard, no matter what.
No, it's real. You know what? It's really hard to chat through StreamYards. I saw as you do. You can't at anybody or answer a question direct, and they've got to work on that because that doesn't work out too well for me. Exactly. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's my biggest complaint is that you can't add anyone through the chat.
No, you can't. And then you got to keep open YouTube, and then you got to make sure you have your sound off, or you do like I do, and you got echoes and errors and things like that. But thank you so much for filling in for Brett.
Anytime. I hope she's feeling better too.
I heard that she's doing a little bit better, but of course it's concerning. I really appreciate that you came last minute, but it was so sudden. And so everybody in the chat, we were supposed to have Just Britt here with us today, but she had a medical emergency and she's getting that taken care of. And we just all want to give her well wishes and hope that she gets a full and speedy recovery. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So, and hopefully she will be back, and we'll reschedule that stream maybe next week or the week after, depending. So, let's get started. What do you think, Erin?
Awesome. Let's go.
All right. Let's read this first one here. We're going to talk about, am I the asshole for emasculating my 32-year-old fiance in front of his family? My fiance and I have been together for about 6 years, engaged for 2. After we got engaged, we sat down and had the deal breakers talk. Basically, things in our lives and our futures, hypothetical situations that leave little room for compromise, i.e. adopting children, finances, family boundaries, religion, all of that. One of the things on my list was no prenup. I'm not here to debate with anyone about their use. I just think that if you're preparing for divorce, even before getting married, it's a sign that you're probably marrying the wrong person. He agreed and everything was fine. Lately, his family, particularly his mother, keeps on bringing up signing a prenup. I've told her so many times and said this is an issue between us and we will discuss it privately and make our own decision as a couple. He also tells her no, although more weakly. Well, last night we went there for dinner and she brought out an actual prenup drafted by her lawyer. She put it in front of me after dinner and told me to sign. Obviously, I didn't even read it, let alone sign it. She called me a gold digger. No one, including my fiance, stood up for me, so I stood up for myself. I told her that there is no gold to dig here. I make 4 times as much as he makes. I'm a doctor. And he dropped out second year. I've paid off all my student debt. He has over 100,000 left. I have my own house, ample savings, and will certainly inherit more from my parents than he will from his. They have 6 kids and are middle class. What is she worried about? That shut her up real quick, especially when my sister-in-law then said, if anything, he's the gold digger here. My fiance is now angry with me. He said it was emasculating for his family to know I'm so much more successful than him, and his brothers are making jokes, and changed his contact info to gold digger. Personally, Personally, I don't think I was rude or out of line, but he thinks I was an asshole and could have handled it better. Oh my God. Well, Oh, I'm going to let you start, Erin. Go ahead.
Dude, run. Holy shit, run from that family. No, I mean, you're not the asshole, but that's not even what my concern. I mean, the mother felt the need or felt she was able to just butt right into the relationship. And then he sits it. If he doesn't feel like a man, then maybe the problem's with him and not with her, not with what she said. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, run. Get the hell out of there.
Yeah. What's that? It's okay to date a doctor and have her make more money and everything. Just don't let anybody in my family know and don't let anybody else know, because that might make me feel bad. No, she is definitely not the asshole. There's a whole group of assholes here but it's definitely not her. I mean, maybe the way she said it could have been a little like, I'm always going to say like there's a better way to say things, but in that situation, that woman pulled out a prenup after dinner and told her to sign it. And he's just sat there like, so wow, if he feels emasculated, well, I got news for him. His balls were beforehand. His balls have been somewhere else for a long time. Like, I don't think it had anything to do with this conversation. I really don't.
Exactly.
It's like, no. If they can't, I mean, he's out, they're engaged. They're going to get married. They've had all these talks. He knows she's a doctor. He knows she makes more money than he does. It's quite obvious. So why all of a sudden is it a problem if his family knows? And
I know exactly. I mean, are they? Is he hiding the fact that she's a doctor from his family? I mean, oh no, she's like a substitute teacher. That's all she does. I mean, what is he saying?
Yeah, like, and it didn't even say anything when they've had the discussion about a prenup, and they both agreed. And the mom keeps harping on it. Why didn't he say something when she pulled out the prenup? Like exactly. Like if he hadn't left his balls in the drawer at home in his room, he would have said something, right? So I really don't think this emasculation thing has anything to do with the conversation she had. I think she should have stuck up for herself. I think she's definitely not the asshole. And you're right. Run, right? Who wants this as an ongoing issue with in-laws? Like these could be in-laws from hell, except for the sister-in-law. She was pretty funny, right? Yeah. She called her brother a gold digger. Like she called it. Yeah. So she's pretty cool. Maybe she should switch sides and marry the sister. I think. I think that might be a more agreeable relationship in this situation. I don't know, but okay. But the sister is evidently like has more balls than the brother. I mean, apparently, maybe that's the pocket they're in. Maybe that's where he left them. And the rest of the brothers are pretty funny since they changed all of the information to gold digger. So it sounds like a real snarky family to begin with, which could be fun if mom wasn't so pushy. If mother-in-law really wasn't so. I'd be afraid. I think you're right. Your first instinct to run, girl, like doctor, you don't need it. You go be a doctor. You don't need this. This shit does not get better over the years. It really doesn't. No, because if they're not even married yet, and the mother-in-law feels that much power that she can push on her, just imagine after they're married, like what that's gonna. Oh my God, I don't even want to go there. That's what it's like. But I know what I think, and I heard what you think. Let's see what the chat thinks. If you think the writer of the AITA is the asshole, meaning the poor woman who didn't want to sign the prenup, it would be number one. If you feel anyone else is the asshole, pick number two. And if you want to start a GoFundMe for the fiance to go find his balls, let's press number 3. If you think the writer should end up with the sister, that's number 4. That's a good option. We'll do number 4. I'm going to vote number 2 and number 4 for sure. This is number 2. Oh wait, I want the GoFundMe too. He needs to find 3, some balls. This is going to be fun, Erin. This is going to be really hard because I'm not going to be able to get words out. This is good. All right, that's 1 down. Oh God. Let's see. There are, you know what? It's 2, 3, 4, all over the place. I don't see any ones. Nope, so no ones, far. Not a single no one. Ones. Thank you. You have all restored my faith in humanity. You have. Thank you. And you have a good sense of humor because damn, she should be with the sister because she's got some humor. Humor is everything. I don't know about you, but humor for me is everything in a relationship. If you don't have humor and communication, you got nothing. It's really, really hard.
Yeah, and growing up, like I have a sister who's very funny, and I have a sister who's like who was grew up. She was like the gorgeous one, and I wanted to be pretty like the pretty one, and well, not the pretty one. They're both beautiful, but just one was always wore makeup. It was always just always looked like a model, So and I growing up, yeah, sure, I wanted to be pretty, but I wanted to be funny, just like my other sister. That's who I wanted to be. It's everything.
Oh, but you know what? You're a great combination of both. So there's no reason to actually be looking at either of them at that, because you got it all. You got it all, girl. Don't even kid yourself. Just let's do. Ready? I'm gonna pull. Oh, there you go. Okay, number 2. I apologize for my language ahead of time, people, but it's going to get worse, so hold on to your shorts. Am I the asshole for calling my in-laws insensitive dicks? Yeah, this could be so damn long, but I won't let it be. Thank you. So my younger sister started dating someone when she was 16 that our family had concerns about. We tried not to be too pushy, but she fell into a relationship that wasn't good because she had terrible self-esteem from years of bullying. And even though we told her she was not unlovable, it was how she felt. We lost touch with her for 10 years, and within those 10 years, our parents both died. She ended up making contact with me after leaving her husband, and I have been there for her through it all. My in-laws were family friends. My husband and I have known each other our whole lives. And because of all of this, my in-laws feel like they can judge my sister. After they found out my husband and I took her and the kids in, they started making comments about how she should be ashamed, saying she didn't deserve help, wasn't worth the time or effort, that our parents would never have let her back in because she broke their hearts. They even told me they would have been glad to see her fall on her ass and end up where she currently is. My husband had already intervened and was removing them from our home, but they kept pushing about it and telling me I should be ashamed for helping someone who turned her back on us, and I lost it. I told them they were insensitive dicks. They had no right to talk on behalf of my parents because they had no idea how it felt to be in their shoes or mine, and they were the only ones who should be ashamed. My husband was there for me and supported me and had no issues with what I said, but the rest of his family sure did, and they told me I took it too far because they did know my parents and were there when we were going through that awful part of our lives. Am I the asshole? That one's a little harder, but
yeah, it is. I mean, she's not an asshole, but I mean, it is. I don't know if it was like the way she worded it. So her husband is supportive of the sister and everyone being in the home.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Then yeah. Then yeah. I don't really think she's an asshole. But this is one of those situations that I think exactly like how you put it. You could have said it better.
Yeah, she could have said it better. She didn't have to call them insensitive dicks. I guess it just was the only thing that came to mind. She must have been pretty upset. I mean, she's doing a good thing for her sister. It's her sister. It's family. It's when it's family and you choose to help them out, who is anybody else to say anything about it? I mean, we'll do things for our family that maybe other people will not. And it's sometimes your family's all you have to turn to. I give her a lot of grace for after a 10-year separation, accepting her sister back. Also giving her sister the grace to know that she had low self-esteem and was in a terrible relationship. And that's why she was away from the family. We do not know what that sister went through, but it doesn't sound like it was pleasant. And so the use of the words insensitive absolutely seemed appropriate when speaking to the in-laws. The word dick, well, sorry, sometimes people just act like dicks. And that sounded to me like a case where, as well-spoken as I am, I may have said the same exact thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's always amazed me though. I mean, like, one of my exes, like it's like he never just really, I mean, he was an only child, or no, he wasn't an only child. That's right. He had a sister, but he just really wished he was an only child. Like he was still pissed off at his parents for coming home with a baby instead of a dog.
Right.
So, and he never quite grasped why I would want to help, family, or why family would just, he never really grasped the concept, and then we would argue about it. And I mean, I can't, how do you make it? I don't care if you're an only child or not. How do you make it to adulthood without realizing that, you go that extra mile for family? You just do it.
You do. And, I actually take it even farther. I come from the way I was raised. We believed in service. We believed in giving back. Not only are you there for your family. I mean, my home is obviously bigger than I need. On my own, it's larger than I need. And it's that way on purpose. We have had someone here the whole 15, 16 years, like in and out, anybody that needs help or from our family, things change. I mean, in this world, here in the United States, it's very common that you need 2 incomes. It's very common that there's multi-generation homes now because it's just the cost of living the way it is, and just making medical bills, and there's illnesses and businesses, especially now with the pandemic, that are closing down, and people just need a little bit of help. And no one should ever feel ashamed for helping someone in their own damn family. I mean, that's crossing a line. The in-laws did. I mean, that's just, it kind of says so much more about them. And they may feel they're sticking up for the parents because they're the same age as the parents, but I can't agree with them that the parents would not extend charity to their own daughter based on
exactly. The situation. Yeah. I mean, how are these parents looking at their own kids? I mean, what if, are they going to just turn their kids away too if they need help? I mean,
right.
Oh my God. Imagine being one of their kids and hearing that shit. I'd be like, really?
I guess they better get used to hearing insensitive dicks if they're going to have that attitude, because their own kids may be saying it soon, because, it doesn't seem like they're being very stubborn about it. Brandon put up a good comment. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but most people are inherently greedy and selfish, and it's not necessarily in the way you think. I can explain, but I would have come into that room. Meaning the conversation with them and stuck up for the writer, I'm assuming. I definitely could see wanting to have more to say to those in-laws also.
See, I kind of disagree with that, though. With the most people are inherently greedy and selfish. I think everyone has the potential to be inherently greedy and selfish.
Right.
I mean,
right. It's self-preservation.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, I don't think most people are right off the bat. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I've lived a very entitled life. I don't know, but
I don't. You know what? I call it duality, because on the one hand, I know myself very well. I'll say that. And when you know yourself very well, you can come off as that arrogant asshole, which I'll own. Right. I am that arrogant asshole. But on the other hand, you all know that I am very empathetic. I'm very caring. I'm the first one out there to say, do you need something? Do you want an ear to talk? Can I just listen? Like I'm there for people and situations, and supportive and giving by nature, I guess, to speak of myself. Just from what you see on YouTube, you could tell, like, God damn, I mod everywhere. Even
I was going to say, yeah. I mean, but there was like the first thing I noticed about you was just how just helpful in everything you are.
I even mod places I'm not welcome. Like, what the fuck is that about? Like, I don't know. It's like, but let's not go there. I digress. Illuminati said, I know, don't get me started. Oh, this is a hard situation. I can bitch about my mom, but my husband can't. LOL. Yes, that's true. It's like, don't talk about my family. That's exactly right. And student says that no, everyone deserves a second chance. Absolutely right.
Yes, absolutely. Especially in a situation like
that. Very insensitive from Sunny. Nikki. Nope. I think they are insensitive dicks. I agree. I must agree.
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, I don't think there's any dispute on that, but she could have said it better.
Yeah,
it's true.
You know what? That's the only issue I have. I'm a little old school that way because they were older than she is. I think her language choice could have been better. I think she could have used the word insensitive and uncaring and saying that they really aren't understanding the whole situation. And I think I would have added to it by saying you really have no say in the matter and shouldn't be voicing your opinion about this.
Right, exactly.
Because it's not up to you. It's between me and my husband. It's our home, our choice, period. If you have negative to say it somewhere else, you know?
She could have said, you know, you keep running your mouths about it and you may be faced with a situation whether or not to take one of your kids back in or not.
Oh yeah. Oh. But the husband was so supportive. Don't do that.
I know.
But we don't want him to. He was actually supportive, and that had to be hard because apparently the parents came hard at them, and the rest of the family is now hard at them because she said something. Which, why aren't they hard at them for butting in? I don't get it. Like, why aren't the rest of the family like saying something to them, to the in-laws, you know, to his parents instead of to her and him, you know? So that's that. All right, let's see. All right, I think I know what I think. What do you think?
I know what I think. Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't think she was an asshole. I don't. Push come to shove. What she said was not incorrect. So I mean, though she could have said it better, I do not think she was the asshole.
No, she wasn't an asshole. I don't think she was an asshole either, but I'm getting the feeling that the chat is with us, but we'll just run it through anyway. If you think the writer who called her in-laws insensitive dicks is the asshole, vote number 1. If you think the insensitive dicks are actually the asshole, vote number 2. And I don't think we need a 3 or a 4 on this. Yes, I agree about language, but the issue is in the situation. I can't even hold her to press for that because I may have and have been known to use the same language in situations of that nature. So,
yeah,
looks
a time or two. Me too.
yeah. Looks like mostly number 2 so far. I'm glad you guys can recognize assholes so well. It's not really that hard, is it? Sometimes, right? You know.
No, and it's like the more you see and spot and notice and experience, the easier they are to see going forward.
You know, there's assholes everywhere, and like I own it. Like if I'm being an asshole, I like own it. Like right now, talking about these people, I'm being a total asshole. But I own it. It's like they're being assholes, and I want to call it out. And
exactly,
it's fun. But I'm not hurting anybody. So let's see. This one's good. You're gonna like this one, I think. It's. I hope I can keep it together. Getting through it again. It was hard the first time. All right. Am I the asshole for refusing to speak to my coworker? I know how it sounds and looks, so please save all judgments until after reading everything. Now,
you know when it starts off like that, you know it's good.
I just hope I can get through 4 paragraphs of this. All right. Like, pray for me, people. Okay. I, a 27-year-old male, work with my partner of 6 years, Jamila, a 24-year-old female. We've worked together for as long as we've been together, and most of our coworkers are aware of our relationship. We are married as of 2020. We recently took on a new intern, Olivia, who's in my department. I do most of her training and have been her mentor through most of her time here. Due to this, she spends a lot of her breaks with me and my group and leaves around the same time I do. Jamila comes to visit me during lunch, and there is light PDA. She'll put her hand on my chest, take a bite of my lunch, squeeze my muscles, the usual flirty stuff. It's not an issue, usually, so I don't think it would be one now. My wife came home crying last Friday as she'd been reported to HR for harassment. There wasn't any real repercussions since as soon as they opened her file, they saw that we were married. HR documents these things. I didn't know of anyone who could have reported her until this Monday. Olivia asked me if Jamila was still groping me. I asked her what she meant, and she told me she put in a report with HR because she saw Jamila grab my ass in the parking lot. To be fair, Jamila did grab my ass. However, the advance wasn't unwanted. I explained to Olivia that Jamila and I were married. However, she was firm in her belief that Jamila shouldn't have touched me at all at work and that it sends a weird message to others at work. Since then, I've avoided speaking to Olivia if things aren't work-related, and it's been affecting her emotionally. I still greet her and say my goodbyes when it's time to leave, but she's asked to get coffee together, and I told her I'd be spending my breaks with Jamila or another coworker, and I don't invite her if I'm going somewhere for lunch. She's been very sad and inattentive at work, and my coworkers are telling me to stop treating her this way because she was just looking out for my best interest. Am I the asshole for refusing to speak to her if it's not work-related? Information. The PDA I mentioned is light touches, and it's usually during breaks. We'll share lunch, drink off each other's cups. I'll occasionally hug her, and she'll grab my arm or lean her head on me. We aren't making out or grabbing each other at work outside that one instance in the parking garage. As far as introductions go, I told Olivia that Jamila was my partner, as that is usually how the company asks spouses to refer to one another. Also, I'm not ignoring her. However, if it's not work-related, like where is this, how is this done, or can you send an email out, then I don't entertain it. She's not being hindered from doing her job. Huh.
I think he's definitely an asshole. I'm not sure that his coworker is really like that upset about shit. I think he's seeing shit that's not there. But I don't think his coworker was wrong to be uncomfortable, whether they're married or not. I mean,
well,
imagine though if he grabbed the woman, and just I don't know when you.
Yeah, but that would be a totally different situation. And unfortunately, that's not what happened. Imagine
if the husband grabbed the wife though at work. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're thinking of it totally different than I am. This is opening my eyes a little bit here. I totally was thinking that Olivia was a jerk and had some kind of feelings for him and was just overplaying her hand and just being like ridiculous. But you're right. She
could. I mean, yeah. I mean,
just going from the way he's saying it. But after all, that's just his perspective, and he could actually be the only asshole in the situation because he's making it like she's making a big deal out of something that's not. Like, didn't he say he said she was all emotional or something?
Yes, and very sad.
And very sad. I should have picked up on those. Those are trigger words for when gentlemen at work don't want to deal with something they've done wrong. So it's all that time of the month. Yeah. You know what? You flipped me. I totally thought Olivia was the asshole until you said that. And now,
I mean, especially like if it's an office setting, you know what I mean? It's not like a restaurant or bar, which I mean, it shouldn't matter, but I think just they're different work environments, I think. But,
in Jamila's defense, actually, she waited until she was in the parking garage to grab his ass.
Right.
I mean,
right. Yeah, that's a little silly. Yeah, that's outside of the building and shit. Yeah, I hear you.
Right. And did she actually have to go to HR before she explained to him that it was making her uncomfortable?
No, she could have went to him. I mean, I think she could have went to him, especially. And you mentioned like maybe she had feelings for him, and that was kind of my thought too. But then I thought about it. Yeah. Would you go to HR on someone that you have feelings for?
Well, sure, if you're a bunny boiler. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, and also because she didn't go on him, she went on the woman, saying that the woman was.
That's why I was getting the green-eyed, jelly belly, petty bunny boiler kind of vibe from Olivia, because all of a sudden she's sad because they're not having lunch. Like, why do you want to have lunch with the people that are PDA and all over the place anyway? Like, why do you want to subject yourself to that? Unless you're upset because you're not there anymore because you just want to get rid of Jamila. Like, she just wants to get rid of Jamila.
Yeah, I think you kind of flipped me there. I think that the coworker does have feelings for the dude, but I think that the dude's kind of having feelings for the coworker too. I don't know, but either way, I mean,
Well,
I don't.
wait, I think the dude has way too many feelings for his freaking self, is what I think, the way he wrote
exactly.
that.
Yes.
It's like,
yes.
Yeah. And the women are all just secondary, like, people in this story that are just all circling around him. I mean, that's the impression I'm getting now as I look at both sides of it with you. But yeah, the key words he was using, now that you mentioned them, are sticking out. And I'm thinking he's definitely, yeah.
I mean, I think that the coworker, any coworker, has every right to feel uncomfortable in PDA moments or whatever. You know, whether the people are married or not. You don't go to work, especially like in an office setting. You don't go there to watch people, you know, like hanging on each other, you know, kissing, feeling each other's muscles, whatever. You know,
right.
Whatever. I get that. But yeah, she went to HR on the woman, not even on the dude, and they were both participating while inside the building. That's suspect, yeah. And he's just all concerned about how everyone just wants to talk to him. Everyone just wants his attention. And if they don't get it, they're upset.
Right.
You know, so dude, come on.
I think we need more information to decide, definitely. But if I go by just how it's making me feel now, and I flipped back and forth now several times. I was totally convinced when I came into this that Olivia had issues and it was all her fault. But now I'm looking at it. The only one I think isn't the asshole at this point is Jamila, because, like, grab that ass, girl, get what you want. You know, you did it.
Yeah, exactly. The wife's not the asshole. Exactly.
No, the wife is not the asshole. She's been given permission by HR. Apparently, they all know they're married, and nobody has ever said anything before. So I'm not saying it's appropriate to do PDA in the office, because coming from management, I would say absolutely not. It's not. Don't. Exactly. Only to protect yourselves, whether it's, you know, minor or big or whatever. Don't give anybody anything to say. That's my rule of thumb. Like, you know, in a business situation, don't give anybody anything to say. As innocent as it is, you could be married, committed, whatever. Don't give anybody else coming into a situation, looking at it, anything to say about you to go to HR. You know, protect yourselves. On the point of the asshole is, I really think, rereading it, if we pick out those words like how emotionally upset he thinks Olivia is, how does he know how emotionally upset she is if he won't talk to her?
And why does he care, really, how upset she is? Why is he even noticing this or caring enough to pick up on it? Like, why?
I mean, understandably, his wife was upset, but it all got worked out. I understand he feels defensive of his wife and the situation, but now the way he's acting, I'm actually flipped. I have an opinion that not only is he an asshole, he's a real arrogant asshole.
Exactly,
I'm going with him. The way he wrote it, I'm not even sure he wrote the truth now, because it comes some of the keywords. I'm voting 1, arrogant asshole. Vote number 2 if you think Olivia is the asshole. Number 3 if there's no asshole. It's just a sad HR story. I don't know. But
I don't think he's an asshole because he's not talking to Olivia. I just think he's an asshole.
I just think he said, you know, that's me too. It's not that because he's not talking to her. It's because of why and the situation. And I think he's an arrogant asshole, just how he wrote that thing. Just the use of language that he had, and not straightening out the situation. If he wasn't an arrogant asshole, why not put Jamila and Olivia in the same room and let them work it out? Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, you know. I don't know. We'll see what the chat says if they so you're thinking he's the asshole? Yeah.
Yes, he's the asshole.
Okay.
So that's 1, right? I don't care. I'm gonna
that's right.
In anyways.
Yep. 1. 2 is Olivia. Puddle still agrees it's Olivia. 4, I don't know what 4 is, Mrs. Cassandra, but I'm with you. Whatever it is, tell me what it is. I'll go. Peta's number 3. That's the one that was like number 3 would be
PETA. Oh,
yeah, PETA. That's a name. I think. Am I saying it right?
I think you said she afterwards. So PETA, she. It just for a second there sounded like you said penis. That's I was like, what?
You know, I could have at any moment, but I did not. Not yet. No, she voted number 3, which means it's just a sad HR story. Like, okay.
Wait. Let me do what people always do whenever I do this. Here, ready? There.
Right. Oh God.
Every time I'm like, give me one, give me two, I see 69. I'm like, okay.
Oh God. They do that, and they do. I see 420 all the time, 69.
Yeah. Yeah.
But y'all have it wrong. It's not 69. It's not 420. Everybody knows the answer to everything is 42. It's 42.
Exactly. Yep.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, you're an Adams fan.
It's the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Oh my God, Erin, I'm crushing. Oh God. That's cool. Looks like most of them agree with us. No, they don't. They do not agree with us. Let's see. They're both assholes. It's just a fucked up HR story. There are ones all over, but there are some twos. Both Puddle and Illuminati feel that Olivia is the asshole, as I originally thought. I really was team Olivia asshole. But yeah. That's interesting.
I think there's enough asshole to go around here, really.
Yeah,
between the two of them.
I do think there's enough. And just put the arrogant part. We'll put arrogant asshole on him. We'll put jealous asshole on Olivia, and we'll put Jamila doesn't deserve asshole. I mean,
no, I don't think she does.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, all right. That was interesting. That was very, very interesting. I have one that's got a little sad start, but it has a good ending. And wait, I'm going to keep on theme here. We'll do this one first. You ready?
Yep, ready.
I might have to say the P word in this one. You ready? Okay.
Yeah, ready.
All right. I had to stretch to get that. All right. Am I the asshole for not wanting my roommate tenant to do porn in the house?
Yes, you are.
No. Okay. So here's the situation. I own a 3-bedroom home. Not I, people. The 20-year-old female who is writing this rents the second bedroom to a friend who's 21, and the third is a spare room. The roommate has an OnlyFans, which I don't mind, and even take a lot of her pictures for her. She has a boyfriend who said he wants to do porn with her. He does not live with us. He lives with his grandma, so he just assumed they would do it at my house. When she mentioned this, I immediately told her I didn't think it was a good idea, and it would make me extremely uncomfortable. She didn't like that and acted like it wasn't a big deal and they wouldn't be loud. I kind of put my foot down and said they would need to find somewhere else to make their porn. Am I being unreasonable? I can give you more context if needed. Edit number 1. I am not banning sex, people. That is not what I said. We are both in our 20s, and of course we have sex. Edit number 2. She made it clear they would be selling it, not just a sex tape for them personally. Edit number 3. Someone suggested I add that her OnlyFans is only partially nude, cleavage pics and lingerie shots, not solo porn or even close. I help her take some pics, super up close of her on her bed when she can just see just her and her duvet. All right, so she's clarifying that she doesn't help her produce the content for her OnlyFans, so that she wasn't called a hypocrite for not wanting to do the porn, I guess. This is interesting. They're young. They're young. They're both in their 20s.
I think it all depends on where the roommate wants to do the porn. Like, I mean, if she just wants to film them having sex in the room that she rents, and the house owner wants to kind of butt in on that, then I think the house owner might be kind of an asshole. But if the roommate's looking to do porn while, screwing her man on the kitchen countertop or something, then no, I don't think you're an asshole for wanting to say no.
Right. True. Because, they do have the extra bedroom. She mentioned an extra bedroom. Maybe they're going to turn it into a porn studio. I don't know. The problem being, though, is she seems to have issue that they're doing it for money. They're not doing it for personal. Like, I kind of got the feeling that if it was just them in the bedroom filming for their own personal use, she wouldn't really have an issue because, like, what you do in your bedroom is your own business. But
exactly,
I think she has an issue with it going out, that her house is now going to be part of a porn video that's going to be sold out to the masses. I mean, that might be an issue. I mean, I don't know if maybe maybe her relatives will recognize her home. Like you said, maybe.
Well, yeah, but so long as she's not in the porn, I mean, I don't know. Like if my relatives recognize my house from the porno, but I was not in it, I think I'd be okay with that.
You know what? If my relatives recognize anything from my house in a porn, I want to know what the hell my relatives were doing watching the porn first. Then see what they have to say about why I was, especially if they were my older relatives. I don't think.
That's a good point too. Like, I mean, if they're making the porn like all throughout the house and they're showing all different parts of the house and stuff, that's I could see the point there, because God forbid, what if somebody does recognize it, or just who knows what, and who wants to be known as the person who owned the porn house, Well,
right.
Okay.
Also, they're young, and it's a young girl and her boyfriend, and they're going to be doing this, and they're going to be mass producing it and selling it out there. What happens when they break up, or somebody decides it wasn't their idea, or all those crazy things that happen when couples get crazy and break up and they're young and they try to hurt each other? I mean, who would want to get involved in any of that and a porn at the same time?
Yeah, no kidding. I guess you can't really worry about revenge porn there, though, since it's already going to be, distributed. They're making it to sell. So,
right there you go. Illuminati says, go ahead.
Okay, go on. No, go on.
Go on.
I just
go on.
No. Oh, okay. Well, one thing, I would just also kind of worry. I mean, if she's making regular porn from her bed, even just say her bedroom, okay, and selling it, like this is how she's making her living. Well, then she's effectively turned her living space into her working space, in which case that, I don't know, technically speaking, maybe that could become an issue for the house owner at some point. I don't know.
That's what I was going to bring up, but it sounded so like so reasonable that I would say, what about the tax issue? Like, what about the business aspect of it, and having your house in this, and having some kind of problem with not being licensed properly for the district, the whole 9 yards. The homeowner could be in some issue there. Maybe. I don't know the laws in that state, so I don't know. But
exactly,
it could be. Illuminati says, I just don't know what I would say, actually. Yes, in your bedroom, but no to the communal living spaces. I kind of get that. If they're making it to sell it, then it might go against local statutes due to being business, and also could fall into the realms of being a brothel. Very good point, student. That was kind of where I was going. That because they're a homeowner, they have other issues to worry about than just like, hey, keep your nose out of my bedroom. I can do porn if I want. It's a bigger issue if you're selling the video.
Yeah. I didn't even think about brothel. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's not just a porn video anymore. It is a pornographic enterprise, so to speak, and it needs to be licensed if you're going to be selling it. Anytime you go to sell anything, of course, there are laws and statutes, based on locality, that are going to come into play. So, I mean, she didn't say that was her issue. It sounds more like she just doesn't want it. If that is her issue, she should have said it a little more clearly. Yes, Lace, nobody's going to be looking at the sofa, so I agree. Grandpa's not going to recognize it. Oh, God.
Ringing up, rating you for porn being filmed. Grandpa, what are you watching? Yeah.
Then it becomes revenge corn. Oh, very good. Very, very. That's good. That was very good. Oh, Sunny D said, hey, go do it at grandma's. Creepy. Oh, she's talking to the boyfriend because he lives at grandma's. Oh, yeah. That's the other issue. Yeah. Grandma's got a basement. Why not do it there? I mean,
especially if she has a hearing problem. I mean, you're all sad.
All right. Are there homeowner tax rules for OnlyFans? Somebody better tell Frog. Allegedly, in my opinion. Nikki, thank you. I don't know. There are a lot of OnlyFans, and I don't know. I do not know what the statutes or the tax rules are. I think if you're making money that way, I think there are tax rules about how you make and report your money. Even just on YouTube, you make money, you got to report it, right? I mean,
Right. Yeah.
we're reading we're reading threads about assholes, and if I make any money, I have to find a way to report that I read threads about assholes online and made a few dollars doing it.
Right. I think there might be a difference, though. Even there might be a difference between like OnlyFans and porn. Because OnlyFans, it's just you. You know, you're not. It's there isn't staff. You know, there isn't a cameraman, someone, you know, to, because I mean, let's face it, if you're filming yourself having sex with someone else, then you need a setup of some kind, you know, and you're going to need someone else, you know. So now you're looking at more than just yourself. So I think there might be a difference there.
I don't know. Do 20-year-olds use filters though for that kind of stuff? I mean, really? Just
like, fuck yeah, hell yeah.
Okay,
are you kidding?
Cool.
Think about it. Even if you were at the hottest you've ever been in your life, if you had all those filters available to you at the time, you'd use them too.
Oh God, I'd use them right now. Forget it. I would use them like right now. You don't have to be 20. I got to correct myself. That's not Froggy. That's Toad, because Toad had an OnlyFans. I get it, Nikki. I'm sorry. I ruined your joke. My bad.
Yeah, he had what did he? I don't know. I don't want to know.
Are there homeowner tax rules for OnlyFans? Somebody better tell Toad, allegedly, in my opinion. There's a rumor going around that Toad has an OnlyFans. I can't see him making any money, but hey, that's what the rumor said. I can
see him making more than her, though.
PETA has a good point. The roommate is taking the photos. There's the other issue. The roommate is all in support of the OnlyFans, obviously, in total support of the girl having an OnlyFans, and yet bothered to tell us that she wasn't all the way nude and wasn't doing anything on the OnlyFans, and that she helps her take the pictures with it. So I don't really think the writer of the AITA her issue is the money or the taxes. I think she's being a little drawing a line on what she finds to be socially acceptable.
And even if the porn is happening in the bedroom, and she doesn't want to, she wants to say no to that. Now she may be being a little prudish if that's the case, but so what? It's her house. She has every right to be any way she wants with her house.
It's true. And as the roommate, you can say, like, the other roommate didn't come back with, well, I pay the rent here and I'll do whatever in my bedroom, which means I think she wanted to use one of the spare rooms as a studio. But she didn't come back with an argument, or at least the writer didn't give us one.
Right. And and
it is her house.
Roommate,
yeah,
you're right. Unless the roommate moved in with the understanding that she does porn and she may be using her bedroom, you know, her new living quarters for porn. You know, if that wasn't the case upon moving in, then the house owner has every right to say no, I think.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God, Lacey, no. I hope he doesn't. Poor Nick. I mean, how could he film knowing that was happening? That Toad hangs out on Nick Snyder's OnlyFans? I hope not. I really hope not. Nick doesn't deserve that kind of harassment.
Nick Snyder. Why can't I picture? Which
Nick Snyder? The viewer's voice. He's a
okay. Yep.
Dustin Daly's boyfriend.
Yep.
Illuminati. Okay. Does he bring him cupcakes? I hope so. He better bring him something, because oh my God.
No, but does he eat the cupcakes for him?
Oh.
It isn't Todd having the cupcakes. It's Todd eating the cupcakes.
That was so gross. That was one of the most grossest things I've seen in a long time. Oh my God. Sonny, I don't know, but it's either that or asexual. I can't really. I won't. Sorry. Okay, so
I don't think he's gay. I don't think he is. No, I think he's just really comfortable with his sexuality. Like he doesn't take that shit too seriously. That's what I think. I don't know.
And that's just fine. I mean, who does, right?
Right.
Lacey says, Todd's cupcakes are ASMR. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those, yup. I totally agree with that. Okay. Enough of that, guys. Let's vote on this asshole. And we're not voting on Todd. No. That's another stream. If y'all want to stream about, other people's sexual relations and things, we'll have to work that out another day. But today, today we only have time to decide whether this writer of the AITA, the owner of the home, is an asshole for saying no to the porn. If the roommate is the asshole for requesting the porn and having a problem with the no, or if, I don't know, just for number 3, just porn anyway, just yay porn. I don't know. I don't know, because really torn. I'm really torn with this. I really am.
So one is if the writer / house owner is right. The asshole.
Is the asshole.
Is the roommate asshole, and 3 is yay porn. Okay.
Yeah, yay porn. Because I don't even know how to vote on this one. Because honestly, I don't think there's enough information. Number 1, I haven't seen the porn. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't want to, I don't even know how bad it could be. And I think she does have a right, the writer, to say it is her home. But I don't think she's being very clear as to her reasons. So I don't really want.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, she needs to be more clear, and especially with the roommate. I mean, because I don't know, you're only going to run into more and more problems if you're not clear about it.
Yeah, so I call it a draw. I think they're both assholes, so I'm going yay porn. Yay porn. That's it. Just everybody have your porn any way you want it. Just leave me out of it because I can't decide. I cannot decide.
Everybody have your porn any way you want it.
Yeah. Lacey's like, yeah, that's a good point. We don't know the quality of the porn. We can't vote. I'm telling you, that's where I am. I cannot vote on this situation because I have no opinion either way because I don't have enough information on either of them. So, all right. Let's see what they're saying. Most of them are saying yay porn. and a lot of them are saying number 2, the girl who asked to do the porn. And Puddle is saying number 1, that the number 1 is the asshole, depending on the reason. I guess if it's for tax reasons.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
I don't know.
I don't think the roommate's not an asshole, I don't think, for asking. But I mean, if she's like, why are you being such a bitch about it and saying no? Then she's being an asshole.
I think she did practically say that. Didn't that what she said?
Okay.
Well, she didn't say it that way. She just said she got an attitude. She had an attitude about it.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I call the roommate the asshole then.
That's right. Right. All right. So basically,
outstanding porn trumps all.
Basically, I say that it looks like our chat is right on board with us, that we all agree that porn is okay. Porn is just a necessary life thing, or something that people should be able to do if they want to. Not in other people's.
Porn gets me through my week. Okay.
TMI, Erin. But I mean, we all. However you do your porn, in your head, on a screen, whatever. I have no issue with the porn. I don't even have issue with either one of these women because they're 20. I'm having a hard time calling either one of them assholes when they're only 20. Because you know what? I think that no matter what they're saying at 20, they're going to be saying something else in 5 years. And I don't even want to vote on it because I can't even imagine.
Oh, man, to be 20 again and only have to worry about porn.
God, I wish that's what I was worrying about at 20. That would have been refreshing, actually. Oh my God. Oh, all right. So that one. Let's get something all right, we're gonna have a little bit of controversy with this one. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. You have time? I mean, are you? Because we're going to go a little over. I'm usually only an hour.
Dude, I have nothing going on. I want to do a live stream later on though, because I'm premiering a new video. But
I'll be there.
Members only. I was going to try and do members only again, but that's whenever,
Oh, we're gonna try the members only, and then are you going to open it afterwards or?
Yeah. No, I was going to open it afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Is it sharing? Okay, it's sharing. All right, it's a little controversial, so no fighting in the chat, people. Remember, we're all friends here. Am I the asshole for essentially telling my neighbor to fuck off after she asked me to stop smoking on my deck? That's pretty much it, but I'll provide you some content.
That's pretty much it, guys. But,
I love the way they write these. It's like so great.
I know.
Well, so this happened tonight. I went out on my deck for a smoke. I could hear that my next door neighbor was having some people over on their deck. There's a fence separating us, so I couldn't see them. I'm not close with my neighbor, but we've never had any problems before. So when my neighbor calls over to me and asks me to stop smoking because her pregnant sister was over and didn't want the secondhand smoke, my first thought was, fuck no. But I politely told her that I was on my own deck and that I wanted to finish my cigarette, but to have a nice night. She gets pissed off and is all, well, I've dealt with secondhand smoke from you since we moved here and never once said anything. And that she was asking me this one time, and if I'm this fucking bitch for smoking. And I'm like, okay. I never knew that she had a problem with my smoking, and I honestly don't give a shit. It's my yard, and I can smoke a cigarette if I want to. So I yell at her exactly that, and she starts to yell back, but her husband tells her to shut up, and they go inside. There's a lot of cursing that I just avoided in here because I'm getting tired of the word. Sorry, Lace. I can only say it so many times on YouTube. So I stay outside, pissed as fuck, there you go, number 5, and finish my cigarette before I go inside and told my roommate what happened. I kind of expected her to be on my side because she's also a smoker, but she told me that I should have made a one-time exception for the pregnant woman and that I acted like a bitch. I don't think it's right for her to tell me what to do on my property, but now I'm feeling kind of guilty. Not that kind of guilty, but, you know, am I the asshole? Update, as of this morning, my kind of guilty feeling has thankfully subsided, and I'm completely fine with how the entire interaction went down. Thanks, everyone. It seems like there's a miss of I'm not the asshole or I am the asshole, and I'm just going to chalk it up to reasonable people can disagree. Oh, and special shout out to the people telling me that smoking is a nasty habit that causes cancer. I guess we learn something new every day. You're all so fucking helpful. Oh, God.
So fucking helpful.
Oh, God. As of this afternoon, I've been banned from AITA for not accepting my judgment. Oh, God. Well, there you go. Oh, argue amongst ourselves. Why don't we? Okay. Well, she was a hoot. Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
Yes, she was.
I don't think she's an asshole. I mean, she's an asshole, but she's not the asshole. But you know, you know what I mean?
Yeah. In this situation, she had every right. She's on her back porch. Okay. The way she conducted herself, she was a flaming asshole. She was so an asshole for how she approached the situation and for how she spoke about it afterwards to everybody else on Reddit. Yeah. But she was a fun asshole. She owned her shit. Like, she ain't backing down. She's owning it. She's like, hey, you know, whatever. That's how I am.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not a smoker anymore, but I was for years. And so I get both sides of this, you know, debate or whatever. And yeah, she's not an asshole. She has every right to do whatever the hell she wants on her own property. However, you do have to deal and live with your neighbors. Sometimes it just pays in the long run to just, you know, just cave in or whatever.
Is that the final resting place for the table and chairs?
All right. I'm sorry. My son's asking me something. Wait.
That's okay. Well, while we wait, let's just say
sorry. I'm all done.
Okay. I was reading.
He just came home from work. That's all. You asked me something.
Oh, no, that's okay. These things happen. Real life first all the time. Absolutely. Basically, there's like two sides to the story. Nobody wants to be policed in their own home, I guess.
Right.
And yet at the reasonable, intelligent people have read all the studies about secondhand smoke. So when it comes to a pregnant person or something like that, I mean, you got to take some information in and be reasonable about it. However, there were trees and a partition separating them. That she wasn't really contaminating the pregnant person with her secondhand smoke at that point. I do not believe. I'm not, we didn't see where the smoke was blowing or anything that was going on.
Right. No, I was just holding the door for my son. All right, I'm back now. You're right. No, exactly. And like, yeah, I mean, the woman's pregnant and everything. Yeah, I get that. And yeah, it would have been polite of the neighbor to be considerate there when asked. However, I mean, is the pregnant woman going to tell everyone walking along the street, please put your cigarette out? Is she going to say, hey, you with the big exhaust on your truck, can you please drive down a different road? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
She'll get to suck my dick real fast.
All right, Gregory.
Oh, yeah. We'll put that in the vote. Okay.
Or press number for whatever for sucking Gregory's dick. No.
I smoke like 2 cigarettes a day now.
Yes,
and I'll smoke half a pack just to prove her an asshole.
Well, he had. Gotta love it.
He's a hoot.
He is. He's got strong opinions about smoking, and it's his right too, as a smoker, to have that opinion. Scorpion says that they are a smoker, but I don't know. I could see both sides. She didn't know it had been grating on the neighbor. If I had neighbors with a gathering, I'd likely smoke out front anyway. That's considerate. That kind of avoids the whole issue.
Right? Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, the neighbor had every right to ask, do you mind not smoking right now, today, whatever, back here. Sure. She had every right to ask, but
right.
I don't think she had every right to get upset when her neighbor said no. I mean, exactly. I'm not going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And Puddle says the outside smoking is not a problem. The smoke has the whole universe to dissipate it, which I kind of agree with too. If someone said, hey, my pregnant friend is here, can you smoke elsewhere? I'd probably say absolutely.
Right, yeah. Especially like I said, in a situation where you're dealing with your neighbors, because, I mean, just growing up, my parents, the house that I grew up in and they owned was rental property, and it was next door to another rental property. So we had to deal with a lot of neighbors growing up. And I learned from a very young age that, sometimes you just kind of bend over, just you cave in a little bit. You compromise just to keep that peace. It's worth it.
It is, because you are in close proximity. Our houses aren't acres and acres apart anymore. We're right on top of each other here in the United States mostly. And so you do have a little bit of communal living, a little bit of like having to get along, a little bit of compromise necessary. Like don't be banging your garbage cans at 3 a.m. in the morning and, that kind of stuff. I totally agree. You got to be considerate. Rarely says, nope, no cave, fuck off, lady. Okay, that didn't go well with what I just said, but I'm sorry. I do kind of agree that you do have a right to say, no, I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're well within your right to be doing what you're doing on your property and your neighbor asks you not to do it, it doesn't matter what you're doing, really. If you're well within your right, you can say whatever you want. You can say yes or no. You can say fuck off.
Right. The neighbor's a total Karen. I would have sat there and smoked all night just to spite her, and I don't even smoke. Okay, Belinda, I could see that she definitely, in her attitude about it, didn't make compromise something anybody wanted to do.
Right, yeah.
Mrs. Cassandra, when I was pregnant, people were smoking right in front of entrances when it's against the law too. And I never went off. I held my breath while passing. You were considerate. I mean, you have a right as a pregnant, as anyone who doesn't smoke or does smoke. If you don't want to be around second smoke, I understand your issue. I do. And you have that right too. It's hard to balance this particular situation with the health implications and all of the science that's behind it. And I do read all the studies and personal preference and all of that. But you have to give both sides equal rights while you're figuring it out. And so that requires a lot of compromise on both sides, all the time.
I just want to point out, Mrs. Cassandra, you say this, and I laugh. It makes me think of my brother-in-law, he was a smoker when he and my sister first married. And I remember in their house, my brother-in-law had this like little placket thing or whatever up on the TV stand or whatever. And it said, "Thank you for holding your breath while I smoke."
Right.
Like, this was like back in like the 80s, 90s.
I know, right? And PETA has a point too. Like 30 years ago, pregnant lady would have been smoking too. I know my mother did.
How long are you
I know. Yep, I know my mom did. Rarely says the woman had no right to ask because she was outside in her own yard. That's something too. They were separate. I mean, I think she could have asked, but a right, I don't know. The other person has just as much right to do whatever they want on their property.
Right,
so it's kind of equal there. I have a neighbor that cuts his grass every time I have company in my backyard. He also has a lot of gardening to do at the fence line. Yeah, that's rude. That's somebody not like being considerate. I could see that going along with those signs. And student says, but aren't people wearing COVID masks anyway? So what does it matter? Like, really, if this pregnant woman was out there on the patio, wasn't she wearing a mask? That's a good point. Like,
I think, yeah, they might all depend on where they live, like, because it was outdoors. I'm assuming patio, was outdoors.
Yeah.
And if it's like in New York State, if everyone's been vaccinated, then you don't need the mask at all anymore.
Right. It's if it's on your private property, right? But do you still have to
actually in public too? It's where it's about to be in public, and like if you're having like a small party or whatever in a restaurant, and you've all been vaccinated or whatever, then no one in this party room or whatever needs to wear masks.
Oh, what about the waitresses and staff? Do they?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just curious because here in Jersey, they're still recommending right now masks, and then we're supposed to not have to wear them if we've been vaccinated. And if we're outside doing social distancing, they're saying we may not have to wear them, even if you're not vaccinated, which kind of worries me a little bit. But so it's funny how each state is so different. It's just so different. The neighbor knows those folks smoke on deck. So why did she put her pregnant sister in that position if it was such a big deal? Point, Melinda. Very valid point. If the woman had an issue with the girl going out and smoking on her deck all the time, she obviously knows she goes out and smokes on her deck all the time. Why would she put the pregnant woman in that situation to make it a big deal?
You know why? I bet because the woman there, the Karen, we'll call her Karen. I think because Karen doesn't have any kids yet, and she wants kids, and now the sister's pregnant, so she's like, fuck this, I'm going to put her out there on the deck right near my neighbor smoking. That's what she's doing.
So she's not only an asshole, she's a passive aggressive Karen asshole at the same time.
Exactly. Yep, exactly.
Oh God, this has been my best AITA laugh. This is pretty good. Oh my God, I should have wore a diaper. You're making me laugh so much. In my town, the local just prefer to cough in each other's mouths. I think it's COVID related. Yes, I agree. I think she's trying to tell us that her town is a little backwards on COVID restrictions. I get it.
So your town swallows? Is that it?
Don't get her started with that. Oh boy, ex-smoker here. And when I used to smoke in my backyard, I would hear my neighbors slam their windows shut, and I always felt guilty. But that was their choice. I mean, you weren't really doing it. It's your yard. I mean, I feel bad that I'm not a smoker. I'll be honest. I have never smoked a day in my life, but I feel bad for smokers' rights when people are slamming windows and stuff, and it's how you do it. You have a right to shut your window. You have a right not to be exposed. But if the person's being reasonable and they're in their own backyard, why are you going out of your way to try to make them feel like an asshole for a habit that they have? That is their personal choice that they're allowed to do. Like, I take exception to that. I don't want anybody to feel bad because they choose to smoke. If you're blowing it in my face, I'm going to make you feel really fucking bad, like really fast. But if you're taking reasonable compromise and you're being a reasonable person about it, I'm not. You know, I mean, you have a right to do whatever you want, like just like I do. But it's compromise. It's understanding both sides of the situation, and it is a difficult one. This is a difficult one because I don't see any winners in this situation at all.
Yeah, no, it is like our local news had this article. I think it was like last week, and apparently this is a federal thing, but they're banning like menthol flavored tobacco products like cigarettes, all that. And so the article goes into why it is that they're doing this, and they have already banned all flavored tobacco except for menthol. So now menthol is the next to go. And then they went on and on to say that one of the reasons why they're doing this is because there's already so much disproportionate, health grades or whatever between Black and white people, and Black people tend to, prefer menthol or whatever more. And I'm like, and I comment on it on Facebook. I'm like, did I just read this shit correctly? Did this just say that they're banning menthol because Black people like it? I'm like, this is some fucked up shit. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Oh, it's one of those things. We got to put it over here on the bulletin board where it says, when you try to solve the problem and you just make it fucking worse. Boom.
Exactly.
There it goes. Yeah. What the heck? Like, no, that's not good. That's like that. That's a whole stream, Erin. It's something we should talk about doing something on that. That would be good.
Illuminati. When I smoked Newport, so that would have pissed me off. So
yeah, right. I was like, okay. Illuminati was clearing up that yes, she was talking about the fact that they have like COVID restrictions aren't really a thing where she lives. And oh my God, Claire, I just heard the Jersey in you just now. Oh, sorry, Mrs. Cassandra. It does come out sometimes. I have no idea what I said, but I'm sure I'll own it. Whatever it was.
Yeah. When we first started the stream, I picked up a bit of an accent. I'm like, where's that from? Why can't I place it? But yeah, it's Jersey. It's not quite like Jersey Shore Jersey, like the situation Jersey accent. But it's a Jersey accent.
Let's just clear that up right now. The actors from the Jersey Shore, they visit the Jersey Shore. None of them are from the Jersey Shore. Those are all North Jersey accents, like real heavy North Jersey cross the bridge accent. So
right. Because
the one that I have, I'm actually live on the Jersey Shore my whole life. Like, and I don't speak like that. I guess it's a matter of
yours isn't like, it's not like Hoboken accent. It's
no, but theirs is that show Jersey Shore. They're all coming across the bridge. We call them bennies. They're all people that come from over where they don't live near the Jersey Shore, and they come down here and they trash the Jersey Shore and drink and curse and sound like hoodlums and speak really bad English like those guys do. Yeah, what can I tell you? But that's not us. No, that's not a real Jersey accent. Yes, right, Jersey Jojo. The Jersey Shore people are from Staten Island. They're not even from New Jersey.
Oh my God, really?
Oh my God, really? Yes, she's right. Some of them do. Yeah.
Oh my God. I feel like that's like false advertising or something. I don't know.
It is. Now everybody knows I'm from Jersey, but that's okay because a lot of people did anyway, but I don't care. But I don't really think I have an accent though most of the time. I'm flattered when you say you can't tell because I do try to, if you're speaking on YouTube,
it's not strong. It's not, like you said, it's not strong. It's not heavy or whatever. It's just like every so often, like the way you like end a word, like I hear it,
I think Mrs. Cassandra was referring to the way I curse because I'm sure the Jersey, when I start cursing, I'm sure the Jersey is very prominent. This is so ingrained.
Oh, yeah. That reminds me. Oh my God, the South Park episode.
Which one?
Was it? I think it was Kyle. Yeah, Kyle's mom's a bitch. So yeah, it was her. It was his mom. His mom was from Jersey, and Kyle didn't know that his family was really from Jersey. And so, there's this whole thing going around about how being Jersey, whatever. It's I don't know, like it's like a fate worse than death almost, or whatever. And so, and then to top it all off, Kyle had like the red hair and everything, and then Snooki was like I don't know, terrorizing the town, like eating shit or whatever. Okay, and the only way to get rid of Snooki, to scare her away, was to go all Jersey on her ass. So Kyle's like,
Kyle went all Jersey on her ass.
Kyle took his hat off. He puts on the gold necklaces. He kind of combs his hair back with grease or something. He's got the red fro going a little bit, and then he walks into the some business. I forget what it was, and he goes all Jersey on Snooki's ass, and then she takes off. Yep.
Oh no, but that's good. And, and that would be Benny. That would be over the bridge jersey, right, Jersey Joe? That would be like over the bridge jersey with the gold chains and the big accent like that. Your dog is amazing. Like, what is he doing?
She wants to go outside. Which I can do. I can do this. I can do this while.
Sigh. Oh well, we're almost finished. We just have to vote. But that was the biggest sigh I ever heard a dog do. Like, I really felt for him. My heart just like went pitter patter for his. He's so adorable. Oh my God. Let's see. Basically, you guys, what were we voting on?
I forget. The smoking neighbor.
The smoking neighbor. Okay. All right. So the writer of the AITA, in case anyone forgets, like Erin and I just did, was the one who was on the patio smoking when the neighbor requested that they stop. And then there was a lot of cursing back and forth and things went out of control. But if you think that the homeowner smoking on her own deck was an asshole, vote number 1. If you think the neighbor Karen with the passive aggressive attitude towards the pregnant guest is the asshole, vote number 2. If you think they're both assholes, press number 3. If you'd rather not get involved in this, just vote number 4. And I understand, because there's issues on both sides. I mean, I get it. There's going to be an issue no matter what.
And if you need to repeat this menu, press number 5.
And if you just don't give a fuck, just don't vote. Just don't vote. Because at this point, like, what does it matter? What does it matter? It was fun. It was definitely fun. I'm voting for because I keep going back and forth. I think they're both assholes. Actually, I think everybody involved in it was an asshole. I think she was an asshole.
See 69. You got a 69.
Did it come with a phone number?
What?
That's not.
What? Did it come with a phone number? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Exactly. Why the fuck do people put 69 in the comments and they don't give you the phone number? Why, Erin?
Oh my God, I don't know, but that's a good question. That's a good freaking question.
I've always wanted to ask that. I don't think I wanted to do it live on YouTube, but I always did want to ask that. Oh God, now we're getting phone numbers. All right, let's just do this vote. I have to release you, Erin, because I'm not going to make it. I'm going to have to just have to go calm myself.
My dog may not make it either. I don't know. She can wait a minute.
Okay. The vote is, I've only seen a couple, and they're voting on the neighbor. Hold on a second. I got the neighbor, 4-ish, not applicable, a 3. Oh, wow.
Okay.
I am actually quite impressed that no one voted for the writer that I can see. But they're all voting on the neighbor being an asshole because of the passive aggressive pregnant comment.
I'm telling you.
That's amazing. I'm kind of like, this was fun. Erin, please come back anytime. And
yes, I would love to. Thank you. This was a lot of fun.
And I'll just be more prepared. You know, I'll put a depends on so I don't like, you know, like, I can hang out longer because you make me laugh so hard. But it was fun and I enjoyed it. Yes. Thank you for saving my stream. And I'll see you later tonight on your turf. And don't be surprised if I ask that question if they start putting 69s in your comment, because now that it's out there, we might as well make it a hashtag. I mean,
yeah, exactly. You know, yeah. Exactly. If you're going to 69, give a phone number. Yep.
That's right. That's how we're ending it. And so with that, I'm going to put on the outro and I'll see you later tonight, Erin.
All right. Bye. Bye, guys.